Hi, my name is Joey, and this is my channel, Phoenix, #risingfromtheashes. It's my vlog about life with anxiety, depression, and the executive dysfunction that accompanies it, if you've had it for as many, many, many years as I have. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. So welcome to my channel. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome. Thank you for clicking, and I swear that video of me on TikTok driving, I wasn't the one driving, and I was not in the car by myself. Like, people said, don't drive, don't make videos driving like that. And that response kind of took me by surprise. I was like, wow, okay. And my ass is like always hurt. Like, my feelings are always hurt. So my initial reaction was a negative one. I was like, but then I thought about it for a while and I calmed down and I was like, it's just feedback. It's okay. But I wasn't in any danger, I swear. Anyway, so if you're joining me for the first time, thank you for joining me. And I just basically talk on this channel about the goings on in my life and how they relate to my anxiety and my depression, my bipolar 1 disorder, I believe. I'm not sure what I have, but I'm pretty sure it's bipolar, because all the medication that I'm taking is like bipolar related stuff. So I've been going to and pursuing getting a new psychiatrist and therapist recently. So that's actually what I'm going to talk about today. Last time I talked about not being able to get in with this certain psychiatrist because the medication that I'm taking was too complicated, and she wanted to make sure I was with a person that had hospital privileges. And my ass took that real hard. Like, that was really a blow to my ego, I suppose, because I was like, well, what am I too whatever to be treated by you? I mean, like, damn. But I've since calmed down about that as well, and I'm just pursuing other people. I'm sure there's like a book of names that I'm going through, and I'm just going to keep hacking away at it until somebody, works out. And so this week I had a visit with one of these people that I was able to get in touch with. They have an office here, but they also have an office in another part of the state. And they are not always, I guess, in the same office as the people that they're treating, because the appointment I had was, I was in the office, but it was over the phone, like Zoom kind of deal. And I thought that was odd, but the lady was like, well, I'll put you with the head guy of the head doctor of our firm, basically, our organization, the guy that is in charge of it. So I was like, wow, okay, well, I normally wouldn't want to be put with a man doctor, because I don't relate with men as well as I do with ladies. I think I relate much better with them and feel more comfortable with them. So I would prefer to talk to one. But in this case, I was like, okay, well, this is the guy that's like the head of the thing, so he must be pretty good, And I really wanted a psychiatrist, not like a nurse practitioner. No offense to nurse practitioners, but I feel like my case is complicated enough. Maybe that psychiatrist that rejected me was onto something, because I think my case is complicated enough that it should have like a psychiatrist that, I don't know what they know that's more than what a nurse practitioner knows, but whatever it is, I want to go with that. So this sounded promising to me. So I was like, okay, I'll give this a chance. Then they tell me, oh, it's going to be over the phone, though, over the Zoom, the video chat, because this guy is in the other office in the other part of the state. So I was like, okay, fine. So I went to this appointment yesterday, or the day before yesterday. And I had to drive through a snowstorm to get there. So like, that was in and of itself very nerve-wracking and kind of horrible. But I had previous 3 days before that driven my daughter to 2 appointments of that nature through snowstorm. So I was like, well, we do what we got to do. I don't enjoy driving in that kind of weather, and it's definitely nerve-wracking to me, but we have to get this appointment done because I really need to find somebody, because my medication is not like, something could be done, I think, at this point that would make things better. I don't know what it is, but like, something has to be done because I'm just miserable almost all the time. And it's no way to live. But anyway, so drove through the snowstorm to get to this appointment to see this guy on the telephoto, phone, video, Zoom thing, whatever it is. Okay, fine. So I get there, and it turns out that this firm, this company, or whatever they call themselves when they're a conglomerate of psychiatrists and therapists that work in the same office. I don't know what that's called, but whatever it's called, they are the same outfit that my daughter's therapist is in. So it was in the same building and everything like that. So I've been to this place a few times now, and I was like, okay. And that was one of the main reasons why I was willing to go in the snowstorm, because I could tell by the address that it was the same building, but I could not tell it was the same company or firm because there was two different names. They went by two different names in the book that I was looking at. And so I thought that was like weird, but whatever. So I get there and I wait and fill out like a huge amount of paperwork and, sign my life away and all that. That's fine. And they call me back, get me set up in the room with the camera and the computer and, and that's fine. We're waiting for the doctor to come through on the phone. Okay. He'll be here in a few minutes. Okay. So I wait about like 20 minutes and the lady comes in and she's like, Dr. whoever, he is out of the office today and he can't see you. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we're going to put you with this other lady. She's blah, 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 blah. She says her name really fast, but she's not a doctor. She's a nurse practitioner. So, okay, fine. And this didn't make me happy because I had signed on to see that doctor, not a nurse practitioner. If I wanted to see a nurse practitioner, I could have gone to another Mickey Mouse operation that has just nothing but nurse practitioners and just shoves all their clients off on them. And I don't know, they keep the psychiatrist for another purpose. I don't know. If I sound a little pissy, I am. Because I didn't want to be put with a nurse practitioner. I wanted a psychiatrist. So they kind of double-crossed me, a double thing, bait and switch, whatever you want to call it. Okay, fine. But like I said, drove through a snowstorm. I'm sitting there, I'm hoping actually that I'm going to get some kind of adjustment to my medication through this visit, because I really need some kind of lift off. Something is horrible. I feel like I'm like living with chains around my limbs right now. It's just in darkness. It's awful. So I still had hopes for this visit, and I thought, well, maybe, this lady will help me out. And at least it's a lady. So I was like, okay, that's good. I'll take that. And so I wait like another 15 minutes for this lady to come on. She finally comes on, and I have my visit with her, and it went well. And that's when she said, that's when I was told about the mania and the depressive states of like bipolar. All the drugs that I'm on are kind of tailored to bipolarness. And the Vraylar, which is the newest thing that I've been taking, and the thing that I was hoping to get upped up, that is for bipolar with more mania, she says to me, than you seem to have. But it still might be helpful and beneficial for you to up that a little bit and see where you can go from there. And I was like, yes, definitely, I'm down with that. Let's do that. And she wanted to do blood work because I'm taking lithium, and you have to check the levels of lithium in your blood or something like that, because you can't have too much and too little or whatever. Okay, great. I'll do that. So that was the conclusion of my visit. And I liked her. She seemed very nice. But she is not a psychiatrist, number one. And number two, I would have to see her in this office through the computer, through like I'm talking right now. And I'm sorry, but I don't like communicating that way. Call me a boomer. I don't know what the fuck you ever want to call me. I don't care. But I don't like communicating that way. I like to talk to people face to face. I feel like I can get a better sense of what they're thinking, and they can get a better sense of what I'm trying to say that way. And it's just the way I prefer to communicate. And with something as important as my mental health and trying to sort out my issues and my trials and all that, I want somebody who's at the top of that game. I want a psychiatrist. I want somebody who's at the top of that game. And I'm not trying to be offensive, and I'm not trying to be like exclusive or whatever the word you want to use. I'm not trying to be negative about that. That's just what I want for my sake. So that being said, I went away from the appointment thinking I probably will not go with this office because of the fact that I do not want to talk to somebody over a telephone video thing. And also, I really want to hold out to find a psychiatrist. I also made an appointment with a psychiatrist, that a female one, that I'm going to see next week. And I'm going to go to that appointment. I think I might not try the higher dose of Vraylar. I might not change anything about my medications until after I see this other woman, and see what she has to say, and see if she agrees with the other person, if she has a different suggestion, if she can offer more, less. I don't know. I want to compare the two. I think if these people are going to make you jump through all these hoops to get in with these offices, then the least I can do is make sure I'm choosing one that's going to work for me, and choosing one that I can live with. So I was foolish when I let go of my last psychiatrist. I was very foolish. I'll just disclose that right now. And that was motivated, I think, a lot by a manic brain, and a brain that was like not quite all the way thinking, or as my mother would say, it was in my mentality. But I shouldn't have let that person go, because she was good. I paid for her out of pocket, and I couldn't afford to do that. But the thing of it is, if I would have stuck with her, she is now in my insurance plan. I would have been able to go to her. I can't go to her, by the way. I tried. They won't take me back. But they claim it's because they don't have any more openings, but I don't believe that. I think they just don't want to take me back. So again, trying not to take that personal, but I do, and I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to get all pissy. So moving on. But I was foolish to let her go, because she was good, and her office was good, and I liked the way they did things, and it was not a bullshit operation. They were legit, and they were good at what they did. So that was my foolishness. And here we are. They have to find somebody new. And boy, do we ever, because I just really need that now. My primary care doctor can't adjust my medications. That's just not in her repertoire. I mean, I don't blame her. It's not. But I feel like I need maybe the attention that a psychiatrist could give me rather than a nurse practitioner. I don't know where they're lacking, but I just don't feel comfortable about it. And we need somebody, as I said before, because we've just had a lot of strife around this house, and a lot of non-sleep around this house lately. Like the last 3 nights, I've actually gotten to sleep the whole night, and that was for the first time in maybe more than a month, like a long ass time, that my daughter has been waking up in the middle of the night or in the early part of the morning, and she doesn't go back to sleep. She stays up the whole night, and her medications have just been making her wonko, and it's not been pretty. It's not been pretty around here. I've been struggling a lot. It all culminated, so to speak, in a big fight the other night that happened because my daughter was awake and I was awake again with her for like the bazillionth night, and I can't function very long like that. I become unglued and just become a little crazed, and I guess I need sleep because it's not pretty. And that's what happened the other night. I got myself into a tiz and I got myself really upset, and the kid was awake in the middle of the night and she was not going to go back to sleep. So we were going to have to stay up the whole night with her bouncing off the walls and driving me insane. And it happened like this big family fight just that was everyone was involved in, and there was just tons of yelling, and it wasn't pretty. And it's made me realize something about my mother that's not pretty. And that's basically that, like, she's never gonna see things my way. Like, ever. She's never gonna see things from my side. And by not ever seeing things from my side, she's always going to be invalidating me. And because I feel so invalidated by her, I really let it affect every aspect of my life. And including how I parent my own daughter. Including that. And I'm trying so hard just not to be like her. But it's hard. And it's hard because when you're at the end of the rope with somebody and you see that there's just no hope of them and you ever seeing some kind of eye to eye, it's heartbreaking. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. Because, like, unless this gets solved, this family fight between my mom and me and my partner, unless there is some kind of resolution, we're going to part ways in this life, with ill feeling in a very deep way. And that makes me very sad because I don't like to feel that way. And it makes me incredibly sad. "18 minutes. We're talking about this for 18 minutes. Wow. I'm moving on from that subject because I don't think I can really talk about it, guys. I really don't. It's just too upsetting. But like I said before about sleep, I've slept for the last 3 nights, and I'm hopeful that maybe she's got the medication adjustments. We went to an emergency visit with her nurse practitioner the other day, in the snowstorm, by the way, and we went and got the medication adjusted so that she's not on what she was on, and now she's on something different, and we're trying to see how she does with that. So I'm hopeful. 3 nights in a row of sleeping, I'm hopeful. All it takes me is a few nights and I'll be a little bit better. Yeah, I'm like a lot better than I was today than I was 4 days ago. But I do need to get my sleep, otherwise I'm just a mess. Okay, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell, and come back and see what's going on with me next time.